Welcome to the second scenario for Panzer Corps 2 Axis Operations 1945 historical run. This is again not the same group that I've been playing from the Spanish Civil War and plan to play through 1945. It's a different group that I was running, so maybe we'll do a deployment as I'm not really exactly even sure what I have in my reserves myself, so we'll figure it out here. Massive operation. We need to take airfields. We have some auxiliary units that will go forward. My recollection is auxiliary units are quite expensive. They all have organic transport of the highest variety, and if you cater to them and heal them, you're gonna pay the price, like a lot of prestige you can saw through. I'm gonna de-hero these units and then maybe get some Air Force units available. My Air Force is not very deep with this particular core save. It's not exactly not deep, but it's not as deep as the other group that I'm running from Spanish Civil War through. We'll see if we have enough. I'll be right back. All right, so I have deployed 86 units of 110. Where are they? They're here. So I haven't yet to do any upgrades. So there's a couple of G's here and an F, and then these 88s are essentially not really useful for why they were flaming. I don't really know. Probably they had lethal attack at some point or some other thing that I wanted. But they're just essentially 5 stars right now. And I need to find more units to field, especially since actually we have even reduced slots, I think. A reduced slots hero available as well. We'll probably not leave him here, but that'll get us this 80. We have 30 more core slots that I need to deploy. There's not really a lot there. We have these totally green from training 190As and ME410s. I doubt these things ever see any action again, but at least one of them made it out, and that looks like about it. Maybe 4 more recon planes. And that should essentially do it. Or 3 more, right? 3 more. So now I have my upgrades. These are straight green. The only experience these things have is from training. I would be very surprised if they had any awards at all. They don't. This, on the other hand, has seen some combat. The darker blue means they have the +3. The lighter blue means a +2 air attack. They all have the Stalingrad +2 air defense. Question is what to upgrade and what is available. These guys, I'm not supposed to know this, but I've played the scenario through. The last scenario, some of those units had like 10 of 5 entrenchment or 20 of 5 or whatnot. The only way to cope with a lot of these units that are just sit there static on the ground is with ignores entrenchment. Tactical bombers specifically. So that's what I'm going to do. I know that, and that's I'm going to play it that way because you can. Essentially, I just sat here, I think, for a long time, trying to pound away at these guys with my non-existent artillery and these ground units, and you can saw through a lot of prestige and time and whatnot. If you don't bring the right stuff. I think I left my infantry unit intact and left one of my ignores entrenchment heroes at home the first time that I played this a week or so back. Whatever the case is, we have Rudel here with a no retaliation readiness, and he has the double attack and lightning. It's not exactly the most efficient thing in the world, but he can go up to an anti-air gun and ignore its entrenchment and take no retaliation in return whatsoever. And then he can move away to fighter support or to an entirely new airbase And if something does catch him out, he has readiness. Would all that be better? Could both those be combined into a first strike hero? Yeah. He'd probably take some damage, though, and then he'd have some downtime, and I'd need to heal him. So I use this. I only have one no retaliation hero for this whole lot. So that's where it's going to be placed. The rest of these guys I just have to do with first strike. This has ignores entrenchment here and first strike. That's a fair number of awards and such. Let's see if we can find something in some way that will torque this unit out. Let's put Galland on there. So that'll be plus more attack or not, perhaps. Maybe we'll put Galland on a fighter. Let's see here. Let's upgrade you to a I like this thing going forward. As having played through this scenario, the range of 16 is nice. I'm not going to upgrade Messerschmitt from that, but this could be upgraded and then the heroes swapped about, so as to make this a consolidated crippling blow, maybe even rapid fire TA-152H that can go out and escort bombers and such. But right now that's... Well, let's see if we can... I think I will do that. I think that's the plan. Let's see. We have Consolidator here. We'll get... let's see here. We can put Galland on this thing. We'll give him +2 air attack. And then we can put Mr. Consolidator Barkhorn there as well. Get him up to consolidated speed. And then we can try to torque it further with the crippling blow. As such. I have half a mind to put a rapid fire on that as well. Will he fire first? Therein lies the problem. What's his initiative? 8. It's not bad, but he'll take some damage and then we'll have some downtime as though the AA guns won't shoot at him anyway. What to do is a question. Okay. What needs to get done here is this guy needs to get on the field again, and he can't because too many slots. So if we dump you, he's out. So we have 3 scouts, and everybody else is straight over strength and torqued out. So let's see if we can figure out a way to make this unit more effective. I think a first strike, I don't see anything that gives him +2 initiative. How many first strike heroes do we have? 1, 2, and 1 is already placed, I see. We have no retaliation. First strike, we need 1 here, clearly. I think that's going to leave us 1 for this unit. Unless we want it here. Which we theoretically do. Although it has +2 initiative from Galland, that puts it at 10, which is higher than our base ME-262, so maybe that's good enough. So we'll put first strike here, as if we need it though. We probably don't. These units are the ones that are going to get worked over unless what? We don't have the slots, okay. Maybe we'll put our ME-410 back in storage there and see if we can upgrade you to a jet fighter. I think we have 1 more left. We don't have, we do though. Let's see if we do or don't. We do. And will. So that should be all for our upgrades. We could do that, but we only have 3 upgrades per turn due to slow modernization. So now we need to find out the best hero configuration. Alright, we have, I think, 5 prudent heroes for this playthrough, so... Is there something else? I think I have a singular camouflage hero. It's almost like this guy can get further out in a great many places from a single base, wherever that might be, sort of, and have units congregate around him to where they wouldn't see his camouflage, and there would be a sufficient number. He could spend his 5 rounds and put some serious pain into the enemy. I think the most any of these units have is 4 rounds here for these fighters, but this has 5. And if he were to be surrounded by, say, a bunch of FW-189s or whatnot, the enemy might bite. They could also bite at some bombers, which you'll be able to escort because he moves almost as far as they do, right? He moves as far as they do. So, why not put camo there? Let's just do it. We don't need the rapid fire there because we theoretically a crippling blow from this 20 strength 152H should sufficiently damage any unit to the point where it will be easily mopped up by even tactical bombers at the end of any given turn. So let's paint him special camo color or whatnot here. So that's that. We have our ignores entrenchment first strike. Rapid fire. Rapid fire. That's not bad, really. What if we put a rapid fire there? And then first strike ignores entrenchment. Do we have another rapid fire? We don't. We do. We do. We have one. So this is an F model. This is G. And then we have Rudel here as well. So unfortunately there's no double attack here though. Nor does there have to be per se. I'll just get something done. Okay, so you have double attack. You are going to be more about defense with your camo. You have double attack. And I think we have a double attack which we can place here as well. We have 2 double attacks, one there. And we can have one there. So these guys, +2 air attack and +2 air attack. We need some heroes to round out their lightning. Let's see. It's almost lightning attack and tank killer on those guys would be a half decent idea, really. I have a lot of prudent heroes just sort of mulling about as well. Double attack tank killer. Okay. So we'll paint him black for double attack tank killer, and then maybe you give him much the same. We'll give him a tank killer as well. And we'll paint him black like so as well. So that should give him, well, Do we have any awards? We don't really know. A 7 attack versus tanks. What are our tanks? Any decent tank nowadays will have a air defensive IC-15. Well, it was an idea. I think its time has come and gone. Back to the old drawing board here. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to stick to the air here with the 262s. I bet we could do some butchering. Or maybe we just plop a prudent on there and not really worry about it. I think perhaps we'll have that one as double attack. What color will we paint him? So anybody with a double attack, we're going to paint that color. You have double attack. You no longer do. You have it. So we'll paint him that color as well. He doesn't have the +2 air defense for, well, whatever. So I was thinking maybe we get a double attack lethal here. Lethal attack. And these guys ignore entrenchment exceptionally well already. Although carpet bombing, entrenchment killer double. We have more lethal attack heroes available. It's almost like you could wrap your head around that these guys, this F model here, would perhaps be better utilized as in reserve. Then we can bring out Mr. 4.5 star here, bomber, and plop double attack, lethal, and maybe rapid fire here. We'll turn him flaming red again here. Good for anti-air, etc. And then maybe we can put you with an ignores entrenchment. We have that. We have more ignores entrenchment available as well. Okay. Butcher. We could try resilient, double evasive, river, lightning attack. That sounds like a good idea. And then lethal. Do we have another double? I don't think we have another double attack, although I may take one. No, I'm not taking off the fighters. So this one is not quite as potent as Mr. Flaming Red, but he's good enough. Alright, so this is our camo man. So he's going to go out and escort either of these bombers. That leaves 4 more hexes that we going to want to surround this guy with. So there's 1, 2, 3. I was thinking of putting prudent, these excess of prudent heroes that I have. I know I have 5. But then the AI might not attack it because it'll see no damage and look elsewhere. I have half a mind to put prudent on these just on general principle, or maybe I'll put it on these green planes here, as they'll probably be shot at. I think that's probably the plan here. Let's see here. Maybe we can bring out this one of these ME410s as well. We have the slots, we do. Maybe that will look enticing to the AI relative to its calculations. I think it goes on prestige, or the amount of prestige it can do away with. If this thing is fresh, then the AI will probably see it as a good equation, maybe even a couple of shots deep. This thing has quite the range as well. At least, yeah, 16 movement, so it can keep up with our camoed TA-152H as well as our bombers. And then this thing as well. Do we have another slot? Because that ME410 would be nice. We'll send another one out with this camo trap that we're working on. We'd have to shelve one of these FW110As, which, let's see what it does now. Air attack 15, air attack 13, air defense 10, air defense 13. It's better in the air, that's for sure, but in its capacity as a fighter, perhaps it's not so much so, because this unit will not be able to support this unit even if they're adjacent. So perhaps we'll send you back and bring out our ME410A here with a prudent hero, like so. So that leaves us more spots, but less fighter cover, theoretically at least. Okay, so we have 4 slots available, and I believe we also have a reduced slots hero, which we just got. So that means we can plop you. That means we have 11 slots available, which is, I think, enough for you. It is, yeah, it is. So we can have that guy back out on the field. And I don't know how all my playthroughs end up being somewhat atypical. These prudent heroes are really skewing what would be a fairly standardized play, at least what I would like to be standardized, but it's just not, though, because we have 5 prudent heroes. What can I do? What can I do? So these are essentially going to be, by and large, immune to at least complete destruction. They'll probably take a fairly sizable bath in prestige, being battered around by enemy combatants or air. Let's see, these guys, being jet fighters, will probably not get downed either. This thing with the crippling blow, etc., the 20, and then these heroes will probably not get down. This thing is prudent. I suppose it's possible to down, especially the F model is not out. The G model here, first strike, rapid fire, readiness. I don't see how we lose a unit, generally speaking, unless, just RNG trans occurs. But this is about as good as it's going to get for me, and that's the risks of war, etc. So we'll plop maybe lightning attack here on this unit, and maybe I think we have another lightning attack. We do. So let's. How can I remember that these guys are lightning? Maybe we'll give them a little blue lightning stripe or whatnot there, and that'll be that. So we have one more hero here. We'll go with evasive. I think we have another evasive. So those guys are done. The bar unit here. Let's see what we have. Expert support. Plus 20% accuracy. Wouldn't be bad for that the camouflage 20 there, that's for sure. Crippling blow sounds good here. And then if we have the ignores entrenchment and we seem to have an extra slot, why not put it on the bar unit? So because it has the +5 attack for first attack and ignores entrenchment, and may be able to do a little something to some infantry or whatnot. So here we'll paint him reddish red color here, so meaning that he can attack, he can bloody ground units theoretically. And you, let's see here, hit and run, double attack. Okay, so first strike, I don't see any reason why not. Looks as reasonable as not. This is the name hero here, so I have 4. See, hit and run though, we already, yeah. We'll choose another. Hit and run already pretty much eliminates damage, and if someone attacks him, they'll probably not fare particularly well. So, we'll go with lethal attack. Why not? Why not do it? So we have double attack here as well. First strike would be useful there, surely. Where exactly it is again? Okay. There. And one more. Resilient. Does he have he's 5-star expert support, aiming assistance. I suppose it's, well, we'll put evasive on there. So this is 3, 3, 4, 4 because of the name hero. 3, 1. Okay, so first strike, we have that there. We'll do it. And looks like this guy could use a fast learner. We'll plop it down. Why not do it? Maybe by the end of the scenario, who knows? So these are, let's see, this is works. These guys, just whatever. 3 hero, 4 hero, no hero except for prudence. So we'd want defensive heroes on these guys. Actually, maybe we don't, because we want to make them look more attractive. But we're gonna do it anyway. Tenacious defender, and I think there's an aggressive counterattack. There's one, and then we have the readiness, but I'm not sure that I want to put it on there. That's a butcher, avenger. Flag, learns from mistakes. Why not do it? So that's a 3 and 3, and then 3 and 3. We'll have one more scout tactical bomber. We'll buy. Then we'll get down to business here and hopefully not saw through 15,000 prestige or more. Well, that's about a half an hour in here. I guess I'll place them, and then we'll call that an episode and get down to the business of slaughtering these guys or getting worked over momentarily. So there's a group here that looks like they could use some help with this close terrain. There look to be probably a great many anti-aircraft emplacements here, here, etc. Looks as though the Brits are here, but there look to be a greater American presence than British, at least readily accessible. So maybe we'll go at this area first, and we'll go at this area here as well, so that all of our planes can operate essentially in the same area, and we'll ignore whatever goes on here. If we happen to stumble on taking these airfields or whatnot, we'll do it, but we'll not go out of our way to concentrate it, because we want to concentrate all of our air in the southern central aspect of the field. So what we want to do is set up the camouflage trap I was speaking of. The problem is there a problem or is there not? I don't know. There's an airfield here, 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 so they're probably going to have some planes within range. Let's see the range. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we can make it all the way up here. So we'd probably place at the furthest aspect of the range of this camouflaged 152, we'd put him here, and then a bomber here and here. And theoretically, we'd probably have to take this base. But we could probably position planes around the unit here as well, so that the enemy will implode on our camouflaged central core, the 152H. So if I place him here, that means he can support this effort for what it's worth. And what's the range on you? 12, right? 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Theoretically, we could make it to that 85. You have to assume that it's an 85 or whatnot equivalent, American equivalent there. We have our bombers as well. Double attack, rapid fire, and then they can get out a pretty far ways as well. You can spend a lot of prestige on these units here. You'll note 240 plus 180. 340, 80, 420 for this unit. Aware infantry 43, 420. This one, the same. This one is not quite as much, but or actually it's more. It's more. All right, 240, 288. So this one is about 460 or thereabouts. These things get damaged. You see a lot of 10 and 8 or 8 and 10 or exchanges with what is sure to be American infantry entrenched in this area here. You're already looking at a bloodbath, which we want to avoid. We have a Tiger II here, a Panther G, and a Whirlwind. But really, we want to make it so these guys really don't do much of anything other than block the enemy from taking our airfield or doing damage to these things in the close. So I want to clear this area and then move here, or specifically clear this area, take this field, and then maybe use the field to pulverize this area with the ignores entrenchment attack bombers and or rapid fire lethal strategics. But whatever the case is, the sooner this falls, the better. So I'm going to over deploy here and hope to catch them in a camo trap while I'm at it. So what do we have here? Ignores lightning lethal. Let's do that as well. Let's put a double move so he can move to and from, so he can bombard whatever it is that's here and then move as needed. And then you ignores entrenchment, rapid fire. Let's do that as well. Alright, so I'll probably want some scout units as well here. And maybe one of these ME units as well there. That should round out. We could do the camo thing, or we can just pulverize whatever the heck we find in this area. That leaves us somewhat underwhelmed for this effort, as we have used all of our tactical bombers and bombers to the south. Luckily, we have a... What do we have on the field already? I think we have... No. Let's deselect that and go like this. Okay. So what are you? A Jag Tiger. That's a potent offensive or mostly defensive, but it can be used offensive surely. That's 4 rounds. Very difficult to damage. We have a 3M. We have a funky tank, which sort of masquerades as an artillery piece, but doesn't do it very well. It has a 16 soft attack and de-entrenched by 2 points. It is essentially a better tank, considerably better. So we're going to immediately convert this thing to a tank. Okay, so let's paint these tanks special color here. We'll go no. We'll go with this brownish color here. Where's the tank? We have these guys. There we go. There's a tiger too. So we want to. And I'll paint that as a tiger camo there, so it stands out. It's a Panther G. Maybe we'll paint it black so it stands out. So M tank. IVJ, nice tank, but just have a standardized color. So the recon vehicle we'll paint sort of greenish, and then these anti-tank units here will go with this striped color there as well. So this is a Jag Tiger. We'll have well, I'll remember. So we'll put you in. We're going to paint him as the brownish tank color because he'll soon be in tank configuration. Okay, so we'll get these guys. I paint my anti-air blue and we'll just keep it that way. These things are not really move much or do much, so I'm not worried about changing their camouflage. Okay, so what are we looking at? We have a tank, an M tank, a fairly proficient H tank there, or not H tank, but Hushrek. Hushreki? Well, whatever the case, we have a recon, a couple of Volks Grenadier, Ware Infantry. This guy has no transport, thank goodness, and is a 130 Prestige. Is our one easily repairable or healable unit. This one as well, Ware, has no organic transport, so they can get into it without realizing a prestige bloodbath. If they stick around this Jag Tiger, they should be all right. These two tanks are going to stick around the Jag Tiger as well. These Nash horns are just a disaster waiting to happen. Essentially, a ground defense of 15. They take a lot of damage and a fair bit of prestige. So we have a J tank, recon, a jagged PZ there, and another J tank. So these guys should be able to advance onto this field. We have a Wirbelwind or Osterwind here, and where's our Wirbelwind? Do we have one? Osterwind, Wirbelwind. Where? He's here. Okay, well, I think that's it. So these guys are going to advance on their own, without any sort of support from the air, because we're going to try to hammer this lot quickly so that we can move up here, take this field. We want to eliminate these airfields here. Having played the scenario before, there's some mobile airfields that are placed back here. I already know it. I think, I'm not sure, but the AI spawns fighters here, and I mean a lot of them. I think they land in these mobile fields. I think they land, they just sort of spawn here and then they'll go wherever. But the sooner we get this situation under control where we take the fields, the less places they'll have to actually base out of and harass us. So that's the plan. I want to get this area dealt with so that we can get at least an anti-air with this whirlwind zone going, so we don't get bombarded. And if we do, I want to be able to strike back from this base with them. Redeployed jet fighters, which I'm about to deploy presently. So these are 190As with lightning attack. They do fairly well on the ground so far as I recall. Hard 3, well, not really so. But I'm going to place one of them here. Place another one here. This is the Ignores entrenchment jet. He may be able to help with whatever it is here. There doesn't look to be a lot of entrenchment theoretically. We sort of want him down here for whoever we find there, but we'll not do that. We'll go here and here and another fighter here, another say right here. Have our recon plane here, the Messerschmitt ME410, and then these, we'll put one there, and here as well. And maybe we'll put it here instead, right there. And that is going to do it for this deployment episode. I hope to see you in the next episode.